Army. Welcome back to another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. My name is Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
Welcome, guys, back. We recovered from Super Bowl weekend with the loss of the Bengals.
I'm still livid about that. I'm just so angry. You know, I talked to my mom afterwards and she was even saying how like the referee was calling flags that weren't even there.
I know, you and other people on social media. A lot happened. I obviously went back to work. My students were debating here and there about the flags and referees and everything. Mm-hmm. So, but I did see that the Bengals went back home to Cincinnati and they got a warm welcome back from their hometown. So it was nice to see that. So
I did see that too. It was beautiful, honestly. They have incredible fans, you know. That's great that their hometown welcomed them back with open arms.
As they should.
Of course.
So this episode, we kind of had something. We did have something planned for this week's episode with another fan, but due to unfortunate things came up with that fan who couldn't come to this episode that we're filming. So we're going with Plan B. So Plan B right here. But we do hope to get this fan rescheduled later on in the next future episode. That way we can have this fan come on and everything for their BBB story to share to you guys. That's in the workings. We have to reschedule that. So, but we are going with Plan B. And this idea actually came from Nicole.
Oh, yes. Well, okay. But to be fair, Ruth definitely also added in things to it as well.
You have the base of it. You have the core idea. So
this one, you guys, we're kind of going to go album by album. Now, of course, in today's episode, we are just going to hit one album at a time. Today, we are actually going all the way back to the original We Stitch These Wounds. Yep. Ruth's already got it for once. I'm somewhat prepared too. Going back to We Stitch These Wounds, though, for what we want to discuss is, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, when I'm listening to, and this can be any band, any song, any genre, but doesn't everyone have like that special part of a song, whether it's a lyric line or it's instrumental? I mean, there's something about that song that just hits you, a specific part. And that's kind of what we want to dive into. And please, Ruth, please discuss what you also added into it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Nicole threw this idea at me, which I absolutely love, because obviously with each album, there are certain songs that gets our core, that speaks to us, and everyone has a different song. It could be the same, but with going down each album, as we mentioned, we're going to go way back to their first album. I thought it would be kind of fun to do a quick bio of like when this was released, where Nicole and I were at the point, and maybe how old we were when this album was released and where we got it, and just our excitement, because we both seen and already that each of our first album that at least I'm holding right now is falling apart, because we both had this since high school. So I have to be careful opening mine, because every time I open it, I'm going to try. The inside of the CD thing is broken, so the CD will just come off. So
mine just breaks, you guys.
Oh gosh.
But okay, my CD is safe. All my CDs are in like a
those
CD binders, in my car.
For those of you who don't know, this is what it looks like.
Picture here.
I
know. Oh my gosh, mine is so old. Wow.
I know. I remember purchasing this at Hot Topic. This is where I purchased it. The CD, this amazing, beautiful masterpiece, was at Hot Topic for me.
Yes, same here. I didn't get to buy it. My mom actually bought it for my birthday. Mm-hmm. That was a great day. Literally came home, opened my stuff, and I mean, it was all Blackfoot Bride merchandise.
Yes.
So that could not have been better.
Yes, I vaguely remember. I remember obviously the mall I went to. I don't think I got it when it was released, because I was still kind of brand new to the realm of Blackfoot Brides. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I saw their first music video, Knives and Pens, and then I heard that they're working on an album. I think it might have been maybe before the school year started for me, where my mom, or at the time my mom's ex-boyfriend, took me to the mall. We went to Hot Topic. I saw it and I'm like, I got just super excited. And I think it was on sale, maybe. I don't know. But I remember purchasing it that day and I was so thrilled and happy. I was like, I was on cloud 9 that day for me. So
did you get it the year it was released?
Yeah, I think I did get it
the
year it was released.
And it was on sale?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say yes, but I don't know.
I know. Well, I don't know. Maybe you thought it was on sale because if I'm not mistaken, I think when I went to Hot Top, my mom ended up taking me to the mall. Like, it's funny. She took me to the mall later that weekend. And I think they were only on sale for like $15. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were only being sold for $15.
I think, yeah,
maybe even 10.
Maybe 10. I think mine was 15. I think mine was 15 at Hot Topic. All I remember that the hardcore facts I can tell you is I purchased it at Hot Topic. I purchased it on the year it was released, 2010, and I was hooked. That's all I can tell you.
No, I know. Well, so, okay. When you purchased it, did you hear the music beforehand, or were you going in blindly?
Going in blindly.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
The only song was Knives and Pens. That was it.
Okay, now I must ask, you're pretty brave because I don't really think, at least for myself, I can honestly say I've never went into like a store and like looked at a CD and thought, that should be good. I normally have to like hear things. So I'll have to like listen first.
So I think for me, because that was high school, I want to say freshman year, I had a boyfriend at the time who introduced me to Black Veil Brides because he posted the Knives and Pens music video.
Yeah.
And I think, was iTunes? Yeah, iTunes was a thing back then, right?
iTunes. I think it's still a thing.
It's still a thing, but like back then, I think it was slowly becoming popular.
Oh yeah, iTunes was huge back then.
Yeah, and so I remember my boyfriend at the time then downloaded all their songs on iTunes, and he was listening to it consistently in school before I even bought it. So I heard bits and pieces, but it was very like a blur. But then that's when I went to Hot Topic, and there it was, like literally like as soon as you walked in, there it was. I was like, Black Veil Brides. I'm like, it was like a weird moment for me. It was like, that sounds so familiar. I was like, oh, they did the Knives and Pens music video. And so I looked it up and I looked and like, Knives and Pens, there it is. I'm like, this is their first album, isn't it? Sure. So,
I had no clue it was their first album. I'll admit that. Like everything that I was seeing was all in October was when I found their music. But what I miss about Hot Topic is that month going in, they have like a shrine built for Black Veil Brides, like a whole, like, when you go in and they have like a whole horror set, impulse like rack or whatever, like they have that for Black Veil Brides. And I miss that because now when I go in, I'm struggling to find merchandise from them.
I know because you remember the first shirt, right?
Oh yes. Oh, and I finally have it. It's like extra large, you guys.
Hey, it works though. I mean, I still have it. It's the first shirt I purchased of Black Veil Brides. It's in my closet right now. It's the original shirt I got, and it still fits me surprisingly from high school years. Like I wore that religiously in high school.
Was that the first shirt you got from them? Oh my God. I guess I should say first shirts. Because as I said, my mom, she came home on my birthday, bought me all this stuff. It was the black shirt they have that says, Black Veil Brides and Never Give In on it.
Oh, yes.
And then I have the one where it has like Sandra.
Sandra.
Has Sandra on it. That really classic golden perfect. It was the perfect
blanket.
I think it's like the perfect weapon shirt.
Yes.
And then
yes.
My mom got me like the crop top Black Veil Bride shirt that's like the black and white stripes.
Yes,
I think those were like the first 3 shirts that I had.
Yeah, that's one thing about this album for any new Black Veil Brides fans in the BVB Army. With this first album, they had a female drummer named Sandra before Cece came in. So that's one thing I think a lot of new fans don't realize. Like in the first album, it was Sandra, the drummer, instead of Cece, which that's a whole story in itself. And
didn't Sandra? If I'm not mistaken, didn't she ended up leaving to go be with Escape the Fate?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I do know she left, and she was not fired or anything, guys. I just want to clear that up.
Left on good terms.
There was no hate. It wasn't greed of money or anything or any ego. Everything was in good terms. I believe Andy and the rest of the guys are still in communication with her and stuff. So, and I know they follow each other on social media. So everything's good, guys. There's no blood anywhere between them. So
no, honestly, I think it was very beneficial. Like Sandra is an excellent drummer, but honestly, I think it was a perfect moment for CC, to show his talent to
Oh,
the world.
yes.
So I'm ecstatic with the change that they made.
I know. I'm going to just say this because it was a part of me. So yes, I was there from the start when Sandra was in the band playing the drums, and I thought she was phenomenal. She still is phenomenal. And because like it was a female drummer, and like you rarely see that as it is.
Right.
It was like the coolest thing ever. And then she did the album. She was in the Perfect Weapon music video. Again, cool, awesome, loved it. She had her signature glasses on, sunglasses. And then it was announced that she left part ways. And so I was kind of sad. I was like, why? I really wanted to see you in concert and everything. And so the first concert I went to, that's when Cece joined. So yeah, it's like, okay, Cece, I love you. Everyone knows that I love you, Cece. I have no hatred towards you, Cece. Okay. I really don't. I freaking love you. Okay. But when Sandra left and Cece came in, when I went to my first Black Veil Brides concert, it was a little bit of like bittersweet feelings towards Cece, because like I really, really wanted to see Sandra. I really did. And there was Cece, and like, don't get me wrong, he was phenomenal. It was like, I don't know. I guess there was a part of me kept hoping Sandra would just come back. But then I guess I saw Cece playing. I'm like, reality hit, like, this is the new drummer. So I'm just like, okay. So
I definitely agree with you on it, because I was in the same boat. I did really like Sandra. And of course, as you said, you don't really see many females playing instruments in bands, especially with all guys. So it was really cool to see. But for me, like going to my first show, as I said, they used a very old picture that had Sandra, Chris Hollywood, and Pan in it. So I was expecting to see all of those people. And when I, heading there, and I'm like, oh, Sandra's not there. Who is that person?
Yeah.
And where's the, I was confused as all heck. I was so, oh my gosh. But then, that's when I went home, did a bunch of research, and I was like, okay, so this is what's going on.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad, as I said, I enjoyed the show. All the guys that were there did amazing.
We'll definitely have to do an episode talking about our first concert experience with Black Veil Brides, because I'm sure that's a lot of details we can get into. So,
oh, heck yeah. Heck yes.
Going back to this album, I mean, Nicole and I, we were both in high school with this first album when it came out. Like, wow. It's crazy to think back of like how many years has been passed until when this album came out.
I know. I was in 10th grade.
Same
when it came out. Yeah, we were in 10th grade.
We were both in 10th grade. We were, like,
I fell hard.
Okay, so
they got me through that hellhole.
I remember listening to this as soon as I got home. I had a SpongeBob boombox, so I had a CD player in it.
Hell yeah, I had a boombox too, girl. Mine was blue though, like some crazy sky blue.
But I played it, and I swear, as soon the first one, the Outcast Call to All Arms spoke, I'm like, ooh, okay. It's like chills just ran through my body.
I know. And I was confused too, because when I was listening to it, I was trying to figure out who was saying it. I'm like, oh, who's doing this opening? Yeah. And at first I was like, is it Andy's voice? Is it just like really like lowered? Yeah. But then I was like, there's no way. Isn't it? Who it was his grandfather that recorded it, correct? Yeah. That is so cool.
I mean, going back to this album, like I full on admit, guys, I need to go back and listen to this original album, because it's been so long since I've listened to most of the songs here. I mean, obviously every BVB fan knows the staples of this album. We have Knives and Pens, we have Perfect Weapon, Mortician Daughter, A Wee Wee Stitch These Wounds. Oh yeah, I forgot they have the acoustic version here too. Oh my god, how did I forget that?
Oh, an acoustic version of
Knives and Pens.
Yeah, Knives and Pens. I love the acoustic version of Knives and Pens. When I found that, I was like, I got to get that on my phone ASAP, or my iPod. I don't know what I had at the time.
Okay, so Nicole, from this first album, what would you say the song spoke to you in this album?
Like my all-time favorite song from the album.
Let's go there. Yeah,
that's obviously Sweet Blasphemy. And it's, of course, I can't lie, it is that main part where he says, we are young and we are strong, through strength and self we become something more than they can be. This is our sweet blasphemy. That's actually tattooed on my back. That just holds so much meaning to me. It's my favorite part out of the entire song itself, because it's just the lyrics itself are strong. And, of course, being in school at the time, people are bullies, people are rude. Of course, I stood up for myself, but once again, they got me through school. Like literally, if I don't know what I would have done without their music.
I think for that, like, I guess is it considered a chorus part from that song, that when he's like whispering, talking? I don't know the best way to describe it.
I would say it's probably more of a
And we are young and we are strong. Through the strength and self we become something more than that can be. I raise my heart and sing. Yeah.
I want to say it's like it's not a chorus part. It's more like, I wish I knew music terms.
I know, same here.
I'm interlude, but no, that's not it either.
No, it's not. Whatever that section of the song is, I almost feel like all OG fans know that particular section of that song, because I feel like that was almost the anthem for the BVB Army when it first started.
That's perfect. I know, the moment his voice gets low and he just starts, and as you said, whether it sounds like he's more saying it, my heart just melts, and it's filled with so much warmth. Oh, you guys, Sweet Blasphemy is literally my favorite song off this album. What about you, Ruth?
Honestly, it took me a while to like pinpoint it, because all of them were so good just from listening from their first album. But Never Give In definitely spoke to me, especially like obviously the chorus is like never give in, never back down. But we are soldiers in the season. We can bring changes before we die. The tales of their beatings, to fear what lies beneath our eyes. So it's just like, when I first heard that, again, like I dealt with teasing and bullying too during my high school years too, and through all this other stuff I was dealing in my personal life at that age. That song is just like, never give in, like don't let them, like all the negativity consume you and you are believing all that negativity, which is completely false. Like, don't give in to that shit. No, you are not that shit. You are more than that shit. You are other than this shit. Like, don't give in, never give in. And so it meant a lot, just because I remember my first concert I went to of them, and this was their only album that was released. So and before Andy sang the song, and it's even up on my YouTube channel, he's like, I wanted to make a band for the misfits, the people who felt alone, the people who thought they were weirds and freaks. So this next song is for you guys, never give in. And he just started singing it. And I went berserk, but those lyrics, this, like, I know all fans say this, but it really felt like he was touching my soul when he said it, like he was speaking to me. So yeah.
Girl, see, and that's exactly how I feel about Sweet Blasphemy. And it's funny that you said how he kind of was on stage, saying this one is for, like, he did that exact same thing with Sweet Blasphemy. Obviously said different words, but it's like that feeling that your heart gets right when he starts to sing that song. Oh my gosh. Can't lie. My second favorite song is Beautiful Remains.
That is a good one.
I think that song is killer. The guitar rhythm itself is just chef's kiss, honestly. It really is.
It's like Never Give In for me from the first album, and then just Perfect Weapon, just that whole energy. Like, I know the lyrics and the chorus repeat itself, but like in our other previous episodes, when he roars at one note in the beginning, it's just like, hi.
I know, it's like, we see you.
Yeah, it's just like, even the music video itself, oh my god, I remember rewatching that music video over and over and over and over and over again.
Can I just say that the beginning part of Perfect Weapon, where they're like putting on like the belt buckles and lighting the cigarette, all the sounds, is it just me, or is it very satisfying to hear all that clicking and buckling?
Oh my god, I thought that was the coolest thing ever, especially when they do that focus of like Andy in the mirror, like stitching his wound and stuff, and then it goes back to the focus of all the other band members. I'm like, how old was he back then? Okay, that was 2010.
What was, like 18, 19 years old? Maybe?
Something like that. I'm just like, I was a teenager, so of course I went like, oh, eye candy for it. So
okay, the camera angles they used for that music video were really cool, especially for that beginning part. Very artistic. I loved it.
I thought that music video was really cool just because like it was them, they were performing with all of these fans and kids and teenagers, and I'm just like, I wanted to be part of that crowd. Like if I could be part, again, if I'm going to repeat myself here, but like that was the one music video I wanted to be a part of, just to have more paint and everything. I'm just like,
I know, to be standing there chanting Black Veil Brides, Black Veil Brides. I know. I agree with you. When I saw that, I was like, damn it, I wish I knew sooner so I could have applied.
I honestly,
or whatever.
I know. I was just like, how can I be a part of this? How?
So would the screaming at the beginning be like your favorite part out of the entire song? Or do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I would say that. And also towards the end too, where he's screaming go, but in that scream
oh yeah, the go, leave us alone.
Yes.
His screams are perfect. Legitimately, I don't know how that man does it. I know everyone uses their vocals differently, but the way he uses them to scream, he really gets those like nice raspy tones.
It was so good. Like I thought it was amazing. And obviously in the music video, he threw in an Easter egg. I mean, a lot of fans know this one already, where the kid from Knives and Pens music video was in that crowd with his notebook. So
yes. And I didn't catch that at first either.
Oh, I caught that within seconds. I'm like, that's a kid.
Yeah, my husband had to actually point that out to me at the time. He's like, that's the same guy from Knives and Pens. I was like, no shit. So that was kind of cool to see that. I was like, they used him twice. That's awesome. They filmed Knives and Pens first, didn't they? Yeah, that's what I thought. From Beautiful Remains, I really do like I'll strike the match to set you off and watch you glisten. I don't know why, but like those lines in particular, when he sings it, I'm just like, there's something about that lyric line. I'll strike the match to set you off. I don't know why. I just always love that part. I never had a reason for it. I just enjoy it. It's the way he sings it. I don't know.
It's just like that. I like Mortician Daughter in this album. Like we all know kind of the backstory of that song and who it was for back then. But I just love the sound of it. Like I think I even told you maybe on air on an episode, or maybe just when we were just talking in general, that I listened to that song a lot in high school, especially at night, because like I admit I had trouble sleeping at night. And that kind of just soothed me a lot and just kind of helped my brain to relax and everything. And it's like, it's time to breathe. It's just time to just breathe and just don't worry about it. So it was just, I don't know. I love the back sounds and the guitar in that song. And oh my God, I got to listen to it again, but it's like, I almost feel like there was rain sounds in the background.
There was. Okay, it seems like there was rain at the beginning. And if I'm not mistaken, at the end, I can't lie, that's a very enjoyable part of the song is the rain.
There's the rain. I love it.
And like if I'm not mistaken, isn't there like a bit of thunder almost?
Yes. I'm a sucker for rain and thunder. Like that is my white noise.
Right? I know. It's very soothing, very calming, very peaceful.
Maybe that's why I love that song so much and that why I listen to
it
so much for sleeping.
No, I would agree with you. Like the song itself just puts you like in a very calming mood. And I think I speak for everyone when I say everyone's favorite line out of that song is I love you more than I could ever scream. Who doesn't? I would say that to my husband all the time. Still do.
Heaven's Calling is a wonderful song too.
I do love Heaven's Calling. I feel like maybe I could be wrong. I really do feel like out of this album, Heaven's Calling and All Your Hate is very underrated because those two are classics, I feel.
Yeah, I almost feel like if we were have to talk about underdogs on this album, I feel like, yeah, those two songs are probably underdogs.
Well, and and the guitar rhythm for them is just crazy too. Like Jake and Jinx did amazing.
They did absolutely amazing. Just to kind of reminisce and back to this album where they are now. I mean, the growth is just unbelievable from what they achieved from this album to the Phantom Tomorrow. So
oh yeah, they have progressed So much, honestly. Every single one of them. There's not one member that has never sounded better than the other. They're always in sync with one another and they just keep progressing. Like I'm excited to see where they go from the Phantom tomorrow.
Okay, I do want to point out one thing on the album jacket itself. So obviously there we have the signature Andy 6. Okay, I had to take a double take at this album cover art just because like yeah, obviously I knew it was Andy, but I thought at first it was an actual photo of him. But then when I look closely, I'm like, it's almost like a painting, like they put like a filter to make it look like an oil painting, which I'm okay with. But I'm like, that is really cool. So I don't know. Do you know the backstory with the covered album? Because I don't. Like, I actually, if we had Andy like all of a sudden pop up on the screen here and we were talking about this, like, what was the inspiration with the cover album? Like, why did you choose a style of like almost like a painting feel to it?
I know. I would like to know that too. I do think it is a actual photo of Andy, but I think it's like, an oil paint filter kind of over it.
No, I just remembered going to the back of this album jacket and then obviously reading this information about all the people who helped out with this album. And then at the end is a thank you note from all the members themselves. Like we have Andy, Jinx, Sandra, Jake, and the old bass player.
God, classic gold though, you guys. Gold. This is gold era of Black
This is
Brides.
the gold era. This is when their font and everything, their Morning Star was featured. It was promoted big. So
yeah. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, the song Carolyn, from my understanding, it's actually written about Jake's mother.
Yeah,
correct.
I think that is right. Yeah.
Song breaks my heart. It's such a beautiful song. I feel like Carolyn doesn't get enough credit either. And it sucks because I feel like that's one I definitely do want to hear live.
Where Carolyn, like we know that's the song based on Jake's mother. And I know we talked about this. I don't know if it was cut out from an episode just due to other stuff, but they had a promo ad going to find Carolyn for a music video they were going to work on.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember finding that I was literally at school and I think it was during like computer class, which was my last class. My computer class was the last class of the day. And of course, my work, I always got finished and I always had like an hour left. So we got to like do whatever we wanted. Nothing was blocked. And I went on to like the Black for Brides website and I found the whole Carolyn thing where they were like, please, upload your videos if you want to be featured. Well, we'll pick a winner of who gets to be Carolyn.
Yeah.
I don't think I did send something in. I think I was too scared. I think I had something filmed, but I was too scared to send it in, but it didn't matter because they never made a music video.
They never did. I remember maybe it was through their MySpace website or maybe their website itself that they made a promo video asking about, and then they had the guys like telling us to send in their submission video in for it. And then I remember my first concert I went to, I think it was at the merch booth stand because at the time I could only afford one poster, but they had like a stack of promos about who is Carolyn and stuff about it. Same here. Like I think I filmed something too, but I was terrified to send it in because okay, back then insecurities were eating me alive back then. I'm like, I no, they're not going to pick me. I literally said, I'm too fat. I'm too ugly. I'm not going to turn this in.
Ruth.
I know. I know.
I want to smack you with my lyric book here, my Black Veil Brides lyric book.
I know.
Girl, you are beautiful. Stop it.
I know. It was bad. It was bad of me, but insecurities and other shit's going on. So
high school, high school's tough.
It is. I don't actually, that is a question I'm always curious about, like what happened, like because they had all this promos and then they had fans submit their videos but then they just never did it.
I know.
They never even said like, we're so sorry due to things, we just can't do it. It just kind of was like,
it just got like scooted to the side.
And then they were just working on their second album. So I'm just like,
yeah, because, well, I can't lie. The scariest part about uploading your video is knowing that every other person could just sit there and watch your video. I was scrolling through watching everyone else's. I can't lie. I'm sitting there, I'm laughing at some of them, and I probably I shouldn't have been, but like I had to watch what other people were doing. So I was like, maybe I'll get a full idea of what I could do during that time. While they were still promoting and, Carolyn and getting people's videos in on that site, that's when they also released, I think like a what was it? Maybe like a 6-10 second teaser of Youth and Whiskey. They literally released a teaser snippet of Youth and Whiskey. And I was so excited. I kept replaying it over and over and over. And I'm wondering if maybe like Set the World on Fire just became a bigger plan than they thought. And that's why the music video got pushed aside.
So, okay. I know our focus in this episode is we research these women, but like I'm just gonna go a little bit into the Set the World on Fire because it kind of has a tie-in with Carolyn in their whole video submission thing. Because I remember it was kind of we never heard anything from Carolyn, and all of a sudden I almost felt like within seconds Set the World on Fire music video was out.
Oh yeah.
And I remember watching that. Coolest thing ever, which we will dive into another time. But throughout that video, you know, a fallen angel herself fell. It was a fan. And so my thought process is when I saw that was like, I saw the girl with the fallen angels. She's the fallen angel. And I'm like, was she the one supposed to be Carolyn? And they just kind of like told her, you're not going to be Carolyn. You're going to be a fallen angel in our next video, just to kind of make it up. Because that's where my head went.
I think no, you're 100% correct. Because I do remember them picking the person. I believe that girl that was in Fallen Angels, I believe it was her that they picked, and she was supposed to be Carolyn, but clearly it didn't work out with Carolyn, and they ended up using her for the Fallen Angels music video. And I'm wondering if it's because, as I said, they released the snippet of Youth and Whiskey, so I'm wondering if they were working on Set the World on Fire, and perhaps the Fallen Angel music video took priority.
Probably.
These questions need answers.
Answers, because we're just seriously wondering.
We're sitting here all lost, don't know what to do.
Okay, so here's a question. From out of all these songs from movies that she's moon, which one would you like which one would you like to have seen to have a music video of their own?
That's easy. Sweet Blasphemy.
Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah,
I can't lie. Yeah, Sweet Blasphemy. Just because I love that song. It's my favorite song. Come on.
I would agree with you. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Never Given. I really do. But after listening to Sweet Blasphemy, I was like, that would have been a really cool music video if they would have done it. Or even like a lyric music video, like how they do in their other music videos, like Crimson Skies and stuff. So
yeah, I can definitely, if they ever were to make Sweet Blasphemy a music video, I can see it being more like a live stage music video, you know, where it's filmed them singing in front of a show and they film fans. Like that would be really cool. I kind of see it going more that way personally.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I can definitely see that. So,
but I think that, you know, when it hits that middle part where he starts to talk, I can only imagine like them filming like a side shot of him like leaning in, like all those fans. Oh, it would be beautiful, and it should be in black and white too. Ooh. With like a hint of gold maybe. I don't know. So is yours Sweet Blasphemy as well?
Yeah, I love Never Given, but like I would have to say, just like that shot of him just singing or saying that one part of the anthem. I'm just like, I need to see that. So
I don't blame you. I know, same here. that needs to be a music video, and I don't, you know, that's kind of something that I'm wondering. Do bands ever like go back and make music videos for old songs, or do bands not do that? I don't know if I've ever seen one do that before. Blackfoot Brides, please be the first. Come on, you guys.
Do it. We would appreciate it. Just
all fans will be glad.
Just go back to that era with your long hair, Andy, and your war paint.
I got wigs for you, Andy. It's chill. We'll get a black one. I'll cut it and tease it for you.
There you go. Just like put the clip. There are clip-ons. You can do clip-ons. So just put the clip-ons on him and style it and reminiscence back to 18, 19-year-old Andy in the era right there with the war paint in it. Oh my God.
I'll need to buy more wigs because I think we need wigs for all of them. They all need to go back to their original hairstyle.
Oh, we have Lonnie now. I wonder how he would look in that era if he started out with them.
Okay. I would say at that rate, because didn't Lonnie have that perm? He has to go back to the perm. Sorry, Lonnie. You got to. I don't make the rules here. I just enforce them. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I know all I have right now is that photo and all the memes that came with that photo.
I know. I'm just saying, I adore Lonnie's perm. That was pretty great. And I think it would have worked for that era. Because imagine it's already a perm. Imagine him teasing that shit. It would be great. It'd be a rat's nest, but it'd be a beautiful rat's nest. Well, We Stitch These Wounds had, have you actually heard the original copy before that copy?
Yes! Oh my God. Wait.
So different.
I remember when this album came out, I went to iTunes. I didn't download it since I had the album itself, but I do remember downloading all of their other songs they had available up on iTunes, like their singles, like there was Sex in Hollywood too. And everything.
Oh, yes. Sex in Hollywood, This Prayer for You.
Yes. Okay, hang on. I'm looking for this right now.
And what, a Devil for Me?
Yeah. So I remember I downloaded the Perfect Weapon single version on iTunes at what it looked like.
I know. The eye in the middle is dope.
And then I remember downloading The Mortician Daughter. I don't know if you remember seeing that.
I don't think I have. No. I've seen the original Mortician's Daughter with Andy on YouTube singing it.
This one doesn't have the rain in the background, just all acoustic and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. The original We Stitch These Wounds, what I really wish they left the bells in the beginning. Yeah, that was that was the old one, right?
This
with
was
the bells.
The single one, yeah.
I wish they kept those bells in.
Oh, yes. Wait, I gotta go back now. Oh my God. Hang on. Wait, here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
It was so great.
Mind blown explosion when I heard this version, and I'm like, didn't they have a single? And then I heard the bells in the wind. I'm like, at first I thought this was a fan made up one. I'm like, no, that is them. That's his voice. Yeah. That's Andy's voice. I'm like, so I remember putting listening to one here, going back and forth. I'm like, whoa.
Well, it was definitely confusing, especially when you're first starting off as a fan and you're kind of trying to learn about the band and learn their songs. I mean, background is very important. So hearing the We Stitch These Wounds off of, the album itself, and then going back and hearing like that old version, I was like, wait a minute, like I have so many questions because why did they change it? And what, I mean, I understand. I think that was with Chris Hollywood and Pan, right?
I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The change sounds great, but they should have left the bells in.
All my iTunes thing transferred to my phone. So right now it's saying the single was released in 2008. At least that's what it says on my phone.
No, that is correct, because if I think if you actually go on Wikipedia, it says that Black Veil Brides formed in 2008. I think it says.
Well, the Sex in Hollywood EP came out, at least on my phone, it says 2007. So
then I have no clue. I'm pretty sure Wikipedia, if they don't say 2008, it might be 2006. I have no clue.
I don't think you can find these. I mean, you could probably find these singles now, these versions now on like YouTube and stuff.
On YouTube.
I am so grateful that I still have them on my phone. Like they're here.
Yeah.
I downloaded them from iTunes. I don't know if they're still up on iTunes. I don't think they are. So
I don't know if they're on iTunes, YouTube. Everyone will be able to find all of those songs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this album has, I think I can definitely say, Nicole, this album has definitely helped us in our own ways go through high school, and also just help us deal with our personal shit going on during our
oh yeah
high school year self, which drama meant a lot of drama in our eyes. So
100%. I think that is such a classic album. I feel like that album, just as it states itself, it's about love, hope, life, and never giving in. And I think that's a great thing that teenagers need to be taught, because we grow up being traumatized by everything. I feel, bullies and our own family members, friends, everything in life like gets you down. And I feel like that album can just help you to realize that it's okay to be who you are, and that you should never be ashamed of that,
and that you're not alone.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You're not ever alone. There's always someone out there that is going through similar situations, and there's going to be people that are going to be there for you, and you don't even realize that they're there for you.
100%.
I know this album like I hold very dearly to my heart.
I think it holds dearly to all fans because honestly, this is the album where they first started. BBB put their
Yeah.
album out to the public and was hoping it would be a success. And you know what, BBB? It wasn't a success because here you are now producing amazing music with the Phantom Tomorrow, making a part 2 with it. I mean, we just got news that your second comic is on pre-order. Hello. So
I am excited for the second issue. I definitely pre-ordered mine. And you guys, the cover, delicious.
oh my God, the cover. As in the world of Archer, Pam, sploosh. But I do know we're getting pumped. I mean, I can feel it. Like something is going to happen here soon because like we are so close to March, Nicole. I feel like everything is going to happen in March, Nicole. Obviously the tour is going to start and I can feel it. I can feel it. They have some goodies for us in March besides the concert. Yeah. So
right. I mean, I'm just saying this is the year of Black Veil Brides. It really is.
Yeah.
They're releasing all the good shit. I am ready. I hope everyone else is ready.
We're all on board. We're all on board. Whatever, just put us in this roller coaster. We have to just we're in for the ride. Give us to us. Give us all the goodies.
And you're on the roller coaster now. Once that thing, the seatbelt comes down, you're stuck. There's no getting off this ride.
Exactly. All right, BVB Army, it is now time of the episode for the fan shout out. And this fan shout out actually goes to someone who really supports our show. She watches our videos, she tags us, she retweets our tweets, and really amazing BVB fan. Her name is Helen Rose. Her username on Twitter is HJRose1. That's what she goes by on Twitter. She's amazing. You probably have seen her artwork before, somewhere around Instagram or on Twitter, but she did an amazing work of Andy himself. I'm going to find it right now for I can show you, but she's an amazing, talented artist and she definitely supports our show. I can see her love and dedication for the band itself. And I believe she's also one of the monitors for the Black Veil Brides Facebook page for all the fans there. So I think she's one of the monitors. She got chosen. So
yeah. Thank you, Helen, for being super supportive of our channel. Like we really appreciate that. And I mean, yeah, your artwork, which I'm going to see here shortly, but I thought that was it too. Yeah, you have, honestly, you're very talented and we definitely see how much you support Black Veil Brides. Thank you so much for the dedication and the loyalty for them and for our channel. You rock.
Real quick, guys, before we officially wrap up this episode, Nicole and I make a lot of Google Forms to help us with the show, to interact with you guys. Obviously, it helps us with the giveaways and stuff. But one thing we love to do here in our show is communicate with you guys, for you guys to come on the show and share your BVB story to us on our channel, for everyone else who's watching and now listening on our podcast too. We wanted to create something that way you guys can fill out, that will be easier for us to figure out when you guys have time and everything. So we have created a Google form for you guys to fill out if you are interested in sharing your BVB story. The Google form will be linked in our description. Will definitely be posted on our Twitter account too. Go, please, if you have any interest of sharing your BVB story with us and on our channel, please fill out the form. The form is very simple. It asks you when your availability is, your time zone and everything. So if anyone internationally is in the UK and stuff, please let us know by filling that out. And I think the last question is just your Instagram or Twitter username. That way we can communicate out to you to see if we can schedule you in. But if you are interested, please, we have that form down in the description below. So please go sign up. We would love to hear your BVB stories here. So
yes, we take a huge interest in learning how everyone discovers music and how you guys found Black Veil Brides. Like that is a huge interest for us. We're very not just us. I mean, I'm sure Black Veil Brides would, if they ever come across and see this, I'm sure they'd love to hear as well.
And I know that Chris definitely loves watching fan stories, to hear you guys' stories and stuff.
It's a great way for really all of us fans to connect with one another as well. So, I mean, don't be scared. Don't be shy. If it makes you feel any better, we're twice that amount too. We literally are always on edge. Like,
We are, but please, we would love to hear your stories. So please, again, if you're interested, the forum description will be down below in the description. You can also find it on our Twitter account too. We would love to hear your stories. We will contact you as soon as we can when we get your information, because we would love to have you on the show to share your BVB story. So, well, guys, thank you again for tuning in, for watching and listening to on our podcast. Remember, you can find our podcast of our show on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio and everything. And of course, our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel where you can see our faces and expressions of our faces that we do from time to time. So,
yes, in case you ever wonder if you're trying to put like a picture to the face, now's your chance to go to YouTube and you'll get the picture.
Hi.
Hello. We do fun makeup looks every time.
Hi. Remember, all of our social media links will be down below. Please give our Twitter account a follow. Google Forms are also down in the description below. And yeah, we are excited for March because we have a strong feeling. We have a hunch. A lot of things are going to happen in March here for BVB Army and just BVB. So
exciting things, you guys. Exciting things. Hold on to your butts.
Woo! So we will see you guys next week. And with that, bye-bye. Bye-bye.